Hello everyone, we are Group 3. I'm Cleonie and my group members are Adristi and Sanjana. In this video, we'll be discussing two key recommendations for BESKY stakeholders. Our first recommendation will be towards the broader society, specifically the environment. We suggest that BESKY transition from plastic to biopolymer-based packaging, as this move not only aligns with global sustainability initiatives, such as pollution, but also reduces the environmental impact of plastic waste and enhances BESKY's market position by satisfying the rising demand for eco-friendly products, which in return elevates BESKY's competitiveness in the market and making it a leader in sustainability. To implement the transition to biopolymer-based packaging, we propose a detailed strategy comprising of 5 main steps. First, we need to conduct thorough market and supplier research to identify and assess available biopolymer alternatives based on factors such as food preservation capabilities, material resistance, and overall environmental impact. Next, we will research various biopolymer packaging options that are suitable for BESKY's product line. This step is crucial to ensure that the selected materials align with our sustainability goals. We will evaluate the environmental impact of each option, considering factors like biodegradability, carbon footprint, and the sustainability of sourcing. Once we have selected potential biopolymer materials, we will conduct product compatibility testing and pilot trials to ensure they maintain product integrity, such as their barrier properties and antimicrobial efficacy. Through these trials, we can identify any potential issues and make necessary adjustments before full-scale implementation. Effective communication with stakeholders is essential for the success of this transition. We will highlight the environmental and social benefits of the new packaging materials in our marketing campaigns, reinforcing BESKY's commitment to sustainability and corporate social responsibility. This will help build trust and support among customers, employees, and partners. Finally, we will implement ongoing monitoring and impact reporting to track the environmental and operational impacts of the transition. This includes measuring reductions in plastic use, waste generation, and gathering customer feedback. By continuously monitoring these factors, we can ensure the sustainability goals are being met and make improvements as needed.
Next, I will highlight who's involved in this action, the timeline, the cost, and some potential challenges for BESKY that could appear in the future. So, who's involved in this action plan? Firstly, they have a dedicated BESKY research development team. They are so crucial in identifying and sourcing the most suitable biopolymer materials and making sure that these new materials are compatible. Next, quality control team. They ensure that the materials meet high quality standards without compromising product safety or functionality. Lastly, the marketing and sustainability team will observe the environmental impact of the shift, and they will track data and prepare reports to communicate progress and results to the stakeholders. And certainly, this action will go through some phases. So, let's take a look at the timeline. During phase 1, which took roughly 3 months, at BESKY headquarters, team will conduct in-depth research and develop prototypes. The next step is testing, which took around 2 months, and in this phase, distribution centers will carry out several tests to ensure the new packaging, for instance, the durability and others. Following this, in this phase, which approximately took 2 months, they will be working directly with biopolymer suppliers to secure the best materials. Next, phase 4, which took about 3 months, at BESKY manufacturing plants, they will run a small-scale pilot program. This will allow BESKY to identify any issues or feedback before going fully operational. Once they were confident in the pilot results, they will roll out the biopolymer packaging across all products, which will take place at BESKY Supermarkets. Finally, they will continuously monitor the performance of the new packaging, making adjustments as necessary, and this will happen at both supermarkets and the headquarters. Now let's talk about the costs. First, there are research and material costs, which include expenses for sourcing biopolymers, prototyping, and environmental assessment. Then they have design and manufacturing costs, which cover the redesign of packaging and upgrades in manufacturing plants. Finally, there are monitoring and reporting costs, ensuring they have systems in place to track the environmental performance of the new packaging and share those findings with the stakeholders. However, there are challenges that need to be considered, such as higher cost of biopolymer materials, since biopolymers are often more expensive than the conventional plastic, which may raise the production costs. Second, supply challenges, since biopolymer materials may not be as widely available as the plastic, and this could result in supply chain disruption. Last but not least, consumer perception, since biopolymer packaging is not yet widely adopted in the market, so they may face challenge in educating the customers.
The second recommendation will be social responsibility towards suppliers. To address the concerns related to the unfair contract conditions on suppliers and farmers, we recommend that BESKY seeks collaborations with relevant associations like the Fair Work Commission. The Fair Work Commission, also known as FWC, is an independent Australian government agency created by the Fair Work Act, which includes approving registered agreements, settling minimum wages, and dealing with a range of disputes like unfair dismissal claims. Firstly, BESKY can partner with FWC to review supplier contracts. They can engage in meaningful discussions with the FWC to establish a standardized framework for supplier contracts that is fair, transparent, and protects both suppliers and farmers. Secondly, BESKY should have transparent communication. They can hold occasional meetings or feedback sessions to discuss challenges and have honest discussions. Thirdly, BESKY can have a clear agreement outlining the fair work standards, payment guarantees, and sustainable practices. A guarantee should be created that includes fair payment terms and addresses issues like delayed payments or unreasonable policy. Lastly, BESKY can adopt a social responsibility framework for suppliers. They can adapt to practices similar to Starbucks cafe practices, by which they can award suppliers who align with BESKY's ethical, sustainable, and social responsibility standards. The first group of people that would be on this plan would be the Fair Work Commission representatives. They would provide assistance and advice on the workplace relations and legal frameworks. The second group of people would be suppliers and farmers and the BESKY Supplier Relations team. The team will facilitate and engage occurring conversations with the suppliers and farmers, ensuring that there is open communication and feedback. The third group of people would be the BESKY legal team, which will draft and review agreements, making sure that they correlate to the Fair Work law. The last group will be BESKY's supply chain management team, which will keep an eye on the whole implementation process, ensuring that the framework lines up with the operational needs.
Let's talk about when and where. BESKY process is divided into clear phases. Phase 1 including initial consultation with Fair Work Commission to draft the agreement and set the payment standard. Phase 2 includes negotiation with supplier to incorporate feedback and finalize the terms. Phase 3 includes voting and approval with Fair Work Commission. Phase 4 is the implementation process, and Phase 5 including ongoing monitoring every 6 months to ensure compliance and improvement. And now let's talk about type of costs. BESKY incurs 4 main types of costs, including consultation costs, legal costs, implementation costs, and monitoring costs. However, BESKY has also faced with potential problems, including legal complexity causing the delay, stricter regulation limiting the flexibility, and potential supplier resistance to the formal process. Addressing this proactively will be crucial for smooth implementation. And now this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening. We have put the reference in the following slide. Thank you.